2021, the debate over vaccine mandates was raging. Little did the American public know at the time that the CDC was holding a meeting discussing the potential to track those who were unvaccinated. Well, the proposal was documented on page 194 of the CDC's September meeting packet, but until now we'd never heard the plan on tape. Well, meet a little-known figure, CDC Dr. David Bergland.
There has been interest expressed in being able to track people who are not immunized or who are only partially immunized. And at the current time, there can be considered to be a significant modifiable risk factor for morbidity and for mortality, and it can be of interest for clinical reasons as well as being of value for public health reasons to be able to track this. NCHS is therefore proposing creation of codes related to people being unvaccinated for COVID-19 and for being partially vaccinated for COVID-19.
So it's not just a tracking of the unvaccinated, which is ridiculous. If you thought getting one or even two shots was going to shield you from being surveilled or tracked, medical big brother looking over your shoulder, you were wrong. Because after the presentation, Dr. David Bergland opened the floor to questions and comments. He was asked if those who had previously had COVID and therefore are rejecting the vaccine, whether they could avoid the unvaccinated code they were assigned. Listen to his response.
At this point, it has been recommended that even if someone has a history of COVID-19, that it may be beneficial for them to get the vaccine. So at this point in time, I would not disallow use of these codes, even if someone had that history. We could use these codes together with the history of code. If someone wished to be unvaccinated, that would usually not be recommended still.
Now, this was just a plan back in September of 2021, but boy, did they move fast. These codes were actually approved just 2 months later and went into effect in April of 2022. Now, we reached out to the CDC to get a better understanding on how this works, why they're doing it, to allay any concerns over this tracking tool. Well, we're still awaiting the CDC's response. We'll bring it to you when they get back to us. And those aren't the only public health control freaks who've been unmasked.